Nau kai ku kai mo e hanau kia papa e hanau kia papa ni ha nau hawa I ka mo kai a ko ke ki mo kai a wala wa no e o la ko ku kia I o le na le ni ka wai e ki o kalu kalu a o ki no hui ka makiki ko rau tu ai ne pua kai o la logi mai a ka nau I gai me I ki huna e maha huna me hai nau kapili o e wa Ina kamoto pai hai ki aloha no e aloha mai no hama o ki ai na tapai mo ki aloha no I ka lehu lehu I e ala aloha mai aloha no aloha kako e
And Father, bless us all that come together today to deliver it in wisdom, and as we should end our deliberations in a way that makes Hawaii a better place, in the spirit of Oha and ohana. Please help us engage in a way that we can agree to disagree, when necessary, with mutual respect and unconditional love one for the other. Help us find the path to becoming one people, one voice. Help us all return to our loved ones in safety, and that they may be kept safe and away from you. All these things we ask in our name. Mahalo. This meeting of the Board of Trustees will come to order at 10:05 a.m. Secretary, call the roll.
Trustee Ahuisa.
Here.
Trustee Akano.
Here.
Trustee Apo.
Here.
Trustee Apoliona. Trustee Hula Lindsay.
Here.
Trustee Robert Lindsay. Trustee Machado.
Present.
Trustee Whitehead. Trustee Ahuna.
Here.
Vice Chair Ahuna. 7 trustees present, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, with 7 trustees, that gives us quorum. We received announcements of absentees by Chair Lindsay and Trustee Whitehead. They are excused. Yes.
Now that you call the order of the Board of Trustees meeting, I would like to ask for your consideration for reordering item number 3 to become number 2 and community concerns beneficiary comments received that.
I would like to take that into consideration and get a feeling of the board of how they react to this. If you have any, if you like to make any decisions on what Justin shouts.
I think it would be beneficial to consider Trustee Machado's request and have our staff do a presentation so that all can hear.
Okay, as the chair, I'm going to make this talk today that we stick to the agenda, and we're going to call community concerns first. However,
I would like to clarify why I would like to recommend that the staff do the briefing prior to the testimony, because I think it's very valuable that the audience and those that have come near and far to hear where our administration and where the trustees might be directing its position on the TFT and our resolution in 2009. It would be only if we would do testimony first, and then later come back, make a briefing, and then render a decision. If we did it in on the front order now, do the briefing by staffers. Currently, our staff has done a very detailed review, and all of you who should know how detailed it is. And there are some recommendations that we're suggesting on their page 13. We've also been impressed with the attached materials that we received, the auditor's report from 2014 and 2024. 2014 talks about the decommissioning of the other 13 of telescopes at Mauna Kea, which they had not begun yet. And the University of Hawaii was being targeted by that audit. We all need to hear that. But if you do it prior to your testimony, if you don't hear what our staff has researched and all of this is, that's what we ask to do. Step one is to assess our staff to do a detailed report and you bring it back to our table. This is the way we can render a full and free discussion. We will include your testimony at that time. So I'm in favor of amending the agenda to accommodate staff first with what they found and their recommendations to the board, and then proceed with your testimony today.
Mr. Chairman.
Do we have a second?
Mr. Chairman, a point of order. I believe that under sunshine law, you have to do community concerns first. You can reorganize the agenda. You can reorganize the agenda, and you don't have to do community concerns first before the agenda.
I'm not community concerns.
Hang on, order. Okay. There's a motion on the table.
I didn't make a motion. I asked the chair to reorder if you have priority, which you have discretion. But if you need a motion, I will make a motion.
There's a point of order. The trustee is suggesting is that the agenda cannot be reordered. But what I hear is reordering is presentation by the staff.
Yes.
If the staff doesn't cover everything and people wish to testify, go to community
Yes.
concern, then afterwards come back for the board decision
Yes.
after that. So there'll be no vote until the community has an opportunity to testify. And that's what I'm hearing. And the chair doesn't have the soul for reorder in that fashion. So you don't have to make a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we reorder the agenda. Item number 2 is listed, item number 3A of the new business to become number 2, which is early community concerns, beneficiary comments, and that would then be changed to number 3.
It's been moved by Trustee Mahalo and seconded by Trustee Apo. Can I get a roll call vote?
It requires a 2/3
No, it does not. Six votes if you're adding an item to the agenda, not for reordering the agenda. 5 votes.
Okay, trustees, just to get it straight, right now we have a motion on the table. Your vote seconded. I'm going to call for a roll call vote. Okay? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Acacia. Trustee Akana. Trustee Apo.
Aye.
Trustee Apoliona.
Aye.
Trustee Hulu Lindsay.
Aye.
Trustee Robert Lindsay excused. Trustee Machado.
Yes.
Trustee Waihee excused. Vice Chair Ohana.
Yes.
5 yes votes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we're going to change the order around. We're going to hear new business first, followed by beneficiary comments, and then I want to assure that we want to get to that vote. And I guess that's what Trustee Machado was trying to do. So I'd like to begin with
Judge Klein, yeah, I raised my hand. I wanted to talk before the vote.
okay, Trustee Wilson.
Judge Klein, I wanted to see why Point of order. I read the staff report. It was emailed to us. It's long, 15 pages, almost exactly what I had written in the Kawaiʻoha listing as strategic. And I'm sure all of us are already educated on what the staff is going to talk about. In the spirit of the moment, and they're all gathered here, we're going to hear 13 pages of staff presentation. That's why I voted all the way. Thank you.
Just to make sure that we make a decision today
I wanted to see if any of the trustees had any time constraints so that we can make sure that each trustee here votes.
I have 3 o'clock.
I have a 3 o'clock.
Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of things going on.
I support the notion to allow staff to work so hard to provide information to everyone. The information is not just for trustees, so that we can make an informed decision. I believe this is all going to turn out okay, but let us get the information from staff. There are a lot of things that I didn't know, as involved as I have tried to be. So I think we all with the commitment that there won't be any vote until after the concerns and everybody is. So I think that's a fair.
Thank you, Trustee Echo, and with all due respect, Trustee Alves, I would like to acknowledge the roll call and take the out of order and start with new business. Kapoano, can you start us off?
With that, Chair Oguna, based on the analysis that the staff has presented, I would call upon Sterling Wong, the Public Policy Manager, and Jocelyn Dong for their presentation.
I got into this movement. I was in Kauai. 2 days later, everybody was going to Mahalo. I bailed people out the very first day with whatever I could. I had no money left as it is. I own 2 businesses here in Hawaii, active ones, and they're both broke, as you know. But I was on the Big Island the very next day after the arrest on Friday, driving around, and I had no idea what I had gotten myself into, and I was very quickly humbled by the kapunas around me. But I instantly became connected. I didn't even get a chance to go up the first time, just to the Oahu. And I have since completely committed myself to this movement. We represent non-KANAKA Hawaiian nationals. I don't know how many people realize who is a Hawaiian national, but I just want to say that this can't happen. No, come on. It's not, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Okay, trust me. You're out there looking into time for what? How far might you want to see? Time is relative. Einstein proved that at 26 years old, 24 years old. Okay, I know that because he did. Okay, that being said, I spent 7 days the second time. 5 of those completely up on the mountain, 2 of them half on. I spent time in Hilo, Kona, and Kohala. I went into the fields up in Kohala. And that island is very, very much alive and very, very much connected to the Pico center of it all. I've been to Waialeale, I've been on the top of Haleakala, and I've been on the top of Mauna Kea. And I'm telling you right now, the heart is in Kauai, the Pico is in the Big Island. Okay? I see it myself. It's alive. We're a rain-based ecosystem. There's nothing around us. We're the most isolated landmass in the world, pretty much. All we have is the clouds that come through the jet stream and circulate the poison until everybody's gone. How much more? How much more do we need to learn? When is it the right time to do a good thing? I had so many people tell me, where were you 7 years ago? Where were you? Well, you know, a lot of these people have been doing this for 40 years, Uncle's telling me. I'm not even 40 years old, but when is it the right time to take a stand? When is it the right time to do a good thing? The time is now. The time is now to stand in humble pride, prepared and fortified, and to resist comforts and compromise, and pray for guidance. Because let me tell you what, you got Chile blowing up the other side of one of the world's largest telescopes. Chile blew up. Mount Everest is the most commonly compared mountain to Mauna Kea in the world. 1,800 people died. I did a headstand on Easter Sunday. I brought a lake to the volcano from Kailua, our first plumerias of the spring. That tree has since exploded with plumerias. And since the volcano is overflowing. So I don't know how many signs you need from the people, from nature, from everyone around us to tell you to stop right now. You know what repentance means? It means to stop right now and turn around. Go the right direction. So you make a choice. Where are you going to go? I represent the people of Hawaii, the people of the world, for the good of mankind and kind men everywhere. Because everybody here knows the will of man is stronger than the chains that bind them.
I see on Facebook all the time, so nice to put a face with the name.
Mr. Chair, I would like to testify as a former trustee.
Okay, and then right there's number 3.
So, Chair, my recommendation to the chair, given the time and we're gonna lose quorum, we only have 4 left. Okay, only 4. So
Is that okay, everybody?
Yes.
That's it.
Gentlemen, only Kaka, Richard Hahn, and lastly, Mr. Kowe. That's it.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying this for let's continue.
Hello to all of you. First of all, I'd like to thank Oha Wakea and Pono Kealoha, all that they've done in Mauna Kea. And there's another gentleman, Mr. Jojo Henderson, that has won this case against having, without driver's license, concerning driver's license and stuff. I welcome all the warriors, future warriors. I have discussed it with the old timers that have not been a good example for our up and coming warriors. I myself, you know, as a Kanaka being raised back whence, even though we did not have the opportunity to learn the language, my grandmother refused to teach us the language when we were taking on Molokai. I mean, it starts from there, our language. I was deprived of that. And then my mother going to Kamehameha, that wasn't an improvement on my life. That caused me to be further handicapped in my own homeland. She was not able to even express herself as a Kanaka because the system had been so contriving in what they did up at Kamehameha schools, and they still do that to this day. That must stop. Bottom line, I am of truth. I myself have been occupying the Guerilla palace for the last 3 months. I welcome anybody that comes to the palace. All I expect, be it true, be Pono. I don't want any more lies. I'm tired of it as a kupuna. And I'm here to impress upon the kupuna that haven't passed yet, that I'm still there for them. The hell with the keiki of the future that are all contaminated by all the technology. I'll owe it. So anyone that appreciates the significance of Mauna Kea as is, that's who we are as a people. We're spiritually connected. We are not having to get certified with PhDs and master's degrees at the university. Their university that was created with man-made certification. We are real people that are spiritually connected, period. No discussion from any PhD in this room. Enough already, okay? So just understand the significance and the blessings of if a keiki was to come up to you, a keiki. That's who I am, even though I'm 63 years old, I'm still that keiki, yearning to be that Kanaka that I was obligated to be, and I was not given the opportunity, yeah? So I welcome anyone that wants to take my place, as much as I've met some of these keiki that certainly have made me feel ashamed of not having learned any of that. It wasn't my fault. It was part of the genocide that still continues today. Enough already. I just want truth. Don't lie to me anymore. Don't lie to our cake or especially. I'll hold it. I won't have it. But I'm knowing it's my obligation now to learn my own language once again. And last year I got to meet this one gentleman that was the first gentleman to teach Hawaiian language at Harvard University. And he made it very clear to me, Kalani, learn your own language first. And then he said, let's come together spiritually. We are responsible for what's going to happen throughout the world. It begins here in Hawaii. Aloha. And it's all true. No more graying the truth. Enough already. Ole, that's not our color, it's gray. We are of light, pure light. That's who we are. Our only discussion with anyone that dares question me about my blood quantum or anything else concerning being the Kanaka that I know I am. Do not come up to me and tell me, who are you? No, Aole. We're going to ho'ohuli everything. It's up to you to do your due diligence in understanding whose aina you're in. You're in my country, not the other way around. Simple. And you folks, again, years ago, when I had the opportunity to vote, you folks were my last hope when Oha was created for us to be able, as Kanaka, to vote homogeneously in a system that was homogeneous. Just exactly like what the Ko'e petition was all about back then. We were a homogeneous society, not a racist society as the system today tries to tell us that we are. No, we were crowned on the crown of who we needed to be as the Creator knew He was creating us to be. It's that simple, no discussion. So again, I thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity.
Just to remind everyone, we want to get to the vote. We still have to allow for trustees to discuss. So,
okay, yeah, I did it before, but I'm not going to talk about the same thing. What I'm going to talk about is, this thing is about the big island. And it's also an opportunity for our kids to complete the money is coming into education, and I've been in for 7 years now. So I have been recognizing you in here. I've been in here for 7 years. And the first time you guys voted, I promised Chair Pono that I would do everything possible to do the right thing. I'll use one example. Another thing fun. That happened by accident. We were on it and we made sure that all my children would get twice of the apple. 2 days and a half. But what I want to say is that there's one example involved. You know, kids, you gotta get them when they're young. This is not instant gratification. They don't take care of the problem right now, and you know, it's a long-term deal. So you gotta catch them when they're in elementary school. Here's an example. My dad's cousin Frank was inspired to become an airplane pilot. When he used to be on the beach in Mahalo, with no more roads, he had to go catch horse on the right horse to get to Hawaii. But there were planes flying by doing bombing runs, practice, right by his house. And then they started to learn that here's this small kid who's jumping up and down waving at them. So they come by, then started his way looking. And then he told me, a friend told me, you know what? I knew from when I was 11 years old that I was going to be an airplane pilot. How can I please that? He went school, he went to the village, he became a power pilot, and you know what? He became the airport manager for the big island. Yeah? That's the kind of age you gotta catch him, and he takes money. Us right here, we all get our education, nobody can take away from us. We're looking at the next generation, the people that don't afford it. That's the people that, can come in their schools. And I'm in the same category, I got my education. You gotta reach back, pull these people up, because they need help. That's all I want to say.
Thank you.
Mr. Kobe, if you want to share 1 minute and then you're last. That's it.
Following to the new facts. If we did do what he didn't think or say, repercussions unfortunately would be, for me, you lock us up anyway. Realize, don't we? The foe is the same, only time passed. They still rule the game. But see the difference between Ki'o and Lepo. It's just a manava right smack dab in the middle. The Ki'o is the shit. They come out of your mouth. Come out your ass. But the Lepo is the mana that grows the kalo and the grass. If recycling renewable energy going green in America is a big lie, look at another planet to save mankind. That's Hawaiian. But please use every other option before you try. But why you ask, should you listen? I'm just a humble taro farmer, Kanaka Mahalo. if I hold no land, no water, no hale, nor degree. I stand here as a humble Taro farmer to declare for my kupuna and say, all at once, simultaneously, we become masters, I pray. Mahalo farmer is a horticulturalist, biologist, zoologist, nutritionist, dietitian, entomologist, meteorologist, agronomist, astrologist, ecologist, hydrologist, volcanologist, gastronomist, herbalist, virologist, phenologist, dendrologist, pedologist, edaphologist, oceanographer, geologist, botanist, plant pathologist, agriculturalist. Yeah, it's true. These are professions that one man replaced as you. Who's the real pagan is what you call us, you see, but our ancients had written oral and theatrical history. We read clouds, winds, the stars, and season. Whenever nature happens, we already know the reason. We're an ethereal people on a different level. We free, passing down of Ike, moving forward, never stagnant were we. Our record of this evidence of truth is a kumuriko you see. The answers for the questions you seek is there, my own friends, not in the TNT.
Yes, and trying again, trying to get to the whole, okay?
Hello, my kaku. My name is Eric Wahilani. I'm from the land of Wahilani Kariki, I'm very proud of we'll be 50 years old pretty soon. And I'm hallowing Lord that we get young warriors in Lanakila Hokai, Havani, to take up the torch that was passed before us. Uncle Bazi Ega, Uncle Walter Reedy, Uncle Molokai, Georgetown, and all Kuna. We are connected, we are people. Like for Gunther, for all our people that for TMTA, you guys get you guys Ike, but our Ike come from Wakea, and each and every one of you say that. If you get one drop cocoa, that cocoa go back to the Kuma people. Okay, that connects us. Oha Wakea. I get my 2 KTs in homeschool. They'll be with me. Right there. That's my baby boy. How old is he? He just turned 8. This is part of his education. To know what is right. To be taught the truth. Not lies. Not lies. We've been lied to over 122 years. I get my own Kanakas out there that was with me. That I get my good sister that Kina and my brother Digi coming out. They were warriors too. I used to think they was crazy. Oh, they was crazy and wise, but now I stay with them because I'm the elder. I wake up, but know the truth. And Sister Mailani that I speak earlier, I come in her. She's 18 years old and she came up 14. I come in her. She was talking about courage and took courage for her to come up. But the courage I'm speaking of today is the courage of our Queen Yukalani. I compel every one of you over here, if you never read her story, please go out and get her book, the Queen's Story, read her story. And you never go without crying, in her own words. That's the courage I speak of. And how? To her manao. Then we came time with the overture. Our people was ready for a fight. But it was to her Ike, her manao, that she said, hold it. And how significant is that? That they honor her, they stand down. Why? Because we would have been at war with the United States, and would have been a spoils of war. The United States would have took everything under the spoils of war. Correct. So the courage that our Queen would stand for us, we gotta stand for her, and all the queens that came before us. I love everybody over here, because we all get cocoa. We bleed the same blood, red. We belong to the same race, the human race. But he gave all forefathers yesterday for come here. No other place are most isolated islands on this planet. And our forefathers came here first. Nobody else. So everybody remember who was here first and who had love. And every indigenous people on this planet, they get love for the Aina. You take care of the Aina take care of you. You take care of the Aina take care of you. So, I'm coming home, but yet I'm excited. This is exciting times for us Kanaka mommies. So, I call my yellow to the trustees. You know, and we watch every one of you during the proceedings. And we can see, we're not blind, we can see how you folks react to certain people. So, mahalo nui loa tu kamana o Keatu for standing up in May, for sending a letter out down, and kind of like we'll bring everybody to come. That's not true, oh my right there. If you ever read his book, that Sandalwood Diaries, that book is so my kind. But we come in love. Yeah. I love everybody, even you, Luther. Because we belong to the same race, the human race. But we stand for our mom, we stand for our freedom. And I stand for my kids. I stand for my mokunas that come in. And I love each and every one of my KANAKA Maoris. And Tita, like Tita said, when it comes time for start, we're going to be hand in hand. So, kia kupo, mahalo.
As always. A handful of us started the Hawaiian movement in Kalama Valley 45 years ago. I was one of the first 11 to be arrested on Oha Wakea, where the average age of that group was 52 years old. And we are very, very proud of the young people and the job that they have done, and it makes our heart feel great as old-timers. Mahalo nui loa to all of you. As a former trustee of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, I know it is the responsibility of you trustees of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs that you have a fiduciary responsibility to protect our ceded seas aina and our sacred Mauna Wakea. You know that the DLNR and the university has not been doing that. For decades, the telescopes have been negligent in their use of Mauna Wakea. As has been admitted, the impact on our water will not be known for years to come, according to the manager for the Mauna Kea watershed. The TMT document has admitted there will be irreparable and cumulative impact on Mauna Wakea. Mauna Wakea is a conservation district, yet it is an insult to have on a conservation district this 18-story monstrosity, the largest building on our Hawaii island. You here on Oahu are used to skyscrapers, but we don't want this monstrosity on the top of our sacred Mauna to add to its desecration while their almighty God is science. $1 million, their think tank. This $250,000 in scholarships, $750,000 for schools, can be replaced by charging fair market value for those remaining telescopes and their replacements of the obsolete ones. While they're at it, charge them back rent as well. We need to take care of the people here on Earth with many problems, social and otherwise, in each of these countries. China, Japan, India, I've been there. A lot of poverty there and a lot of starving people. And the U.S., instead of investigating the outer reaches of the universe. We are not against science, but the TMT being placed on Mauna Wakea. The Chile telescope will be 8 meters larger and can be built sooner, maybe built sooner, and will then be the world's largest telescope. So enough is enough. Please, trustees, take the right stand. Help to protect our sacred Mauna for the sake of our present and future generations. Mahalo.
Right now, I'd like the board to go back to new business agenda. New business agenda item, and I would like to open discussion with the statement first. Mr. Chairman, I want to make a motion. I would like to make a statement first.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Guerilla Mahalo. All of our public policy staff are putting in all the extra work to gather the information the board has requested, and we really appreciate it. I wanted to start off sharing a statement about this project and the movement taking place in our community. I would like to thank each and every person who has showed up today. All of the leaders and organizations who have been working tirelessly to raise awareness about this and all the numerous issues affecting our community. With regard to the TMT, I want to say first, Trustee Apo, that I agree with you 100%. The magnitude of this issue is immense, and there is great potential, and the stakes are very high. The only point I was trying to make last week is that in order for us to maximize this opportunity, I feel we need to take a strong stance and need to do it quickly. I've also heard that those of us who have come out in support of the protectors may be clouded by emotion. So I would like to run through some facts in order to take the emotion out of the equation. First, 3 state audits of the University of Hawaii's management of Pono Kealoha. 1998, 2005, and 2014. In 1998, among numerous other failings, the auditor found that the University of Hawaii management of the Pono Kealoha Science Reserve was inadequate to ensure that natural resources are protected. In 2005, the auditor stated that the university still had critical management issues, such as unresolved public access control, weak permit monitoring, and indeterminate management plans that hampered the university's efforts to protect Pono Kealoha's resources. And that audit also mentioned the LNR, who as the landowner did not provide a mechanism to ensure compliance with lease and permit requirements. In 2014, last year, the auditor found that in fiscal years 2009 to 2013, the Office of Pono Kealoha Management collected almost $2 million in unauthorized fees from commercial tour operators. The auditor even stated that the office may be required to return those unauthorized fees to the tour operators. Audits covering a span of 16 years, all highlighting severe mismanagement by UH and BLNR, let alone the fact that the land is leased at $1 per year. They are derelict, and these are the facts. It's not about science. We need to make the UH and DLNR accountable to our community. Their voices have been ignored or brushed aside all these years. Nainoa Thompson was quoted in 1999 while he was a regent at St. This is really about abuse of the Native people being subject to racism and disrespect. This is from 16 years ago. Why are the same people still fighting the same fight? Now I would like to speak from my now. Every sign is pointing in the right direction. It's like a cosmic dance. We have numerous stories throughout our history of Aliki who have made monumental impacts of change because they were leaders that stood with their people. Come to mind. The people have come to stand with us. This is our opportunity to lead change with them, side by side. Where we preach over and over the need to empower our community, to reach self-determination, to make greater impacts in our community, and not vote to take a stand with our people. Self-determination is right at our fingertips. We have the opportunity to send a strong message that it is no longer business as usual for Hawaiians. I've said it the best at this table. She pointed out that what you see happening is the fruit of Oha's labors. All of the money spent on education, support for programs, it has manifested in this movement. I have only been here for 3 years, but for all you trustees who have been here for extensive spans, you deserve the applause. You deserve the applause. And for helping plant the seeds that have sprouted into what you have seen today. You should all be proud to stand with them, and I hope we all do. The facts are on our side, and we need to stand with our people. Nothing further should be permitted on the mountain, at the very least until a decommission plan is implemented, funded, and enforced. Therefore, as chair of the meeting today, I cannot make a motion myself, but I hope this board can take a strong position to assure long-standing issues are resolved. And
Mr. Chair, I ask you.
yes, Trustee Hulu is here now. So if you would like to make a motion.
Mahalo, Acting Chair. We received a phone call from Her Royal Highness, Princess Abigail Kinoiki, and she asked that we read this statement. The University of Hawaii was entrusted with Mauna Kea in 1968, being given a 65-year lease from the Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources. Over 17 years ago, in 1998, the Hawaii Legislative Auditor submitted a meticulous analysis of the University of Hawaii's abysmal performance over the prior 20 years. In 2005, a follow-up analysis was done, which was no less troubling. The most recent audit was last year, showing improvement, but continued failures. Taken together, these three independent reviews document a continued breach of the university's fundamental trust and responsibility for over 45 years. There is wide agreement regarding the importance of protecting Hawaii's unique cultural and environmental resources. Discussion and debate on the balance between preservation and development require an informed and objective analysis as that provided by the Legislative Auditor. Our state university must honor its commitments. The same must be said of the Department of Land and Natural Resources. Present leadership can no longer remain complacent and blame their predecessors. Knowing the value in every sense of Mauna Kea, not to just the first people of Hawaii, but to the world, how can they and how can we allow the abuse and neglect to continue? I support the protesters peacefully impeding further construction on Mauna Kea, while the auditor's recommendations are resolved and complied with. To ignore these transgressions is untenable. We stand together as one. We are Hawaii. Hawaii is Mauna Kea. Onipa'a ke auike. That being said, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to move that we rescind and oppose the selection of section of Mauna Kea Hawaii as the site of the proposed
Second. Please, the trustees need this opportunity to discuss. We ask for you to indulge to allow the trustees this time. It's very serious.
It has been moved by Trustee Williams and seconded by
Trustee O'Connor. Trustee O'Connor.
I said first.
Chairman, I would offer an amendment.
Amendment, gotta get a second.
This amendment needs to get a second.
I would move to amend to rescind the trustees' 2009 decision to support the TNT.
I second that motion.
Okay. It's been moved by trustee Pono and seconded by trustee Mahalo. And we'll call for the vote right now.
Discussion.
Discussion?
Yeah. I would like to explain. While I know the sentiment is overwhelming to oppose, I prefer to try to use a scalpel to engage the stakeholders. It is about more than the telescope. This is about the management of the entire mountain. This is an opportunity for us to step back to square one and begin to do things, for instance, calling for a deconstruction schedule with a timeline, calling for an ESPN review, calling for a review of the Mauna Kea Comprehensive Management Plan, calling for direct Hawaiian access to the telescopes that are already there, or some of them, Hawaiian access, requiring cultural training, a full disclosure of the financial model. There's a whole range of moves and things that we can do to help completely change the way the mountain is managed, the way it's looked at, the way people, to go to Hanama Bay, you gotta go to the training field. So why not for Mauna Kea? If we oppose the, I think we're going to take ourselves out of the field of play, and I think that would be a mistake. That's
This is the trustees' time. Okay, so respect the trustees. It's a very serious matter, so we need your vote.
Thank you, everybody. Trustee O'Connor.
Yes, I'm not understanding the rationale, because to rescind our previous position allows us to do all those things anyway. So that's why I would vote against the second motion. I think to rescind our position is where we need to be, so that we open up the scope again and go at it from a different perspective. So that's where I am. So I will not support the second motion.
Based on the inclusion in the motion to insert the 2009 resolution that we passed at the table. That's his only suggestion, is to insert the 2009 resolution.
Trustee Peter.
Well,
Trustee Peter.
It'll need.
Trustee Peter, you have something to say?
If you're going to oppose the TFD, you don't need the word rescind. I mean, it's not only redundant, it means something completely different.
Yeah, I think that what Trustee Mahalo is talking about is something different, because if you rescind, then it becomes moot. Anything that we did was moot. So everything becomes moot. And we can start, zero.
I'd like to call in Johnson.
Just for some clarification, so the current board's position, as of 2009, the Board of Trustees' position is to support the siting of the TMT telescope on Mauna Kea. The resolution, Trustee Mahalo, that you're referring to, actually never got out of the committee. So the only thing that we're addressing right now is the position to support the siting. If I understand Trustee Hululensi's motion correctly, she is asking that we both rescind and oppose it, which is Trustee opposed request for an amendment to the motion is to just rescind and not oppose.
That's
No, that's only clarification.
Okay, I'd like to comment.
I want to go on record so you folks know I will support only the rescind and not the opposing. So when the vote comes down, as long as you vote for rescind, then I'm going to vote to rescind, not to oppose. That's not the motion.
Wait, hang on. Yeah, we're going to get clarification on both of them.
What Jocelyn said is correct. When you have in front of you, it's not two motions. You have one motion made by Trustee Lindsay to combine rescind and oppose. Then there was a motion to amend that motion to just say to rescind. That was seconded. It's being discussed now. So the first order of business is to vote on the seconded motion, which is an amendment to just say rescind. So what you have in front of you is an amendment to rescind the motion, and that needs to be voted on when discussion is finished. If that motion to amend passes, then you voted to rescind.
Trustee Akana.
Yeah. I thought I heard her say to rescind. I didn't hear her say rescind and oppose. Yeah. And you said you wanted to amend to rescind to oppose the TMT. Repeat your motion, so we're all confused here.
The motion was for trustee to rescind his 2009 decision to support TMT.
That was your mandate.
Once again, you made a motion to amend the motion which contained both options, rescind and oppose. That's correct. That's the motion. The amendment was just to rescind. That has a second. We're discussing it now as we vote. If you vote on it, you just mean your position is to amend. Or to rescind, because the amendment passes.
And then you vote.
Trustees, are you ready for this?
Yes.
I wanted to say something, but.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry, Chair.
I give up my second, so Trustee Akana can have the second. Everybody knows where I stand anyway. Okay, I want to read the Board of Regents, because not all the Board of Regents, we keep saying UH, all regions. Chuck G is a regent. I think it's kind of up this year. One of the most important sections of the EIS, Environmental Impact Statement, is the Cultural Impact Assessment, which is better. CIA, Cultural Impact Assessment. With the recent heightened media coverage, members of the public were combining the EIS and the CIA. As Guerilla commented recently on a column posted, they attempted to contact 60 people. Of the 60, 39 responses, 4 were in support, the rest were opposed. 60 people represented the thoughts and beliefs of the Native Hawaiians that they contacted that day. After hearing many Manoa students testify in opposition to the project, Regent G himself, he says he's a strong advocate for the students, pointed out that testimony that day was 4-1 in opposition to the lease. The minutes also captured Regent Jeffrey Portnoy's comments on testimony. Jeffrey Portnoy, the attorney, they felt rightfully wrong that they had not been included in the outreach programs. He continued, there's a lesson that can be learned that there may be island-located matters that are really statewide matters and significant, particularly Mauna Kea. It's on an island, but the relationship is to the whole Hawaiian community, regardless of they live on the Big Island, if they're students at UH Manoa on Oahu. In the future, Portnoy continued, when an issue like this can be anticipated, a larger effort can be made to engage more than just where the issue is domiciled. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, yes, discussion. Yes, discussion, Mr. Chairman. I did not hear the whole section, and I want to reconsider this. The reason I think that the amendment is important is because, as Peter says, when we rescind our approval to place that TNT, what it's going to do is send a very strong message to the legislature, to the university, and to the governor that the Office of Hawaiian Affairs is going to stand with our people. But it will also say that we now will be able to sit at the table and we're going to make sure that they do everything that they say they're going to do, and we're going to stand with our people. So I will support
As I said earlier, when we talked about the 2009 procedure, action was taken, it was very clear that at the beginning time, 2009, was important for Hawaii to have that opportunity to separate on the issues and discussions of GDP. 2009 has come forward to the present time. I believe, well, there are things, other things as I'm listening and thinking, and some people have mentioned, we're talking about Oha Wakea. We gotta talk on the top and the bottom of the ocean. That's what we should talk about. That's what we should be focusing on and challenging. We also gotta be talking about the issues that go broader than that. About law, as an example. The military. I mean, it's all connected. Then we should talk about it's all connected. So what I think I hear you saying is the motion to rescind allows us, will clearly say to the community, we on the radar screen. We're on the radar screen.
Definitely.
The voices have been heard. The voices have been heard and we're listening. We who have to make such decisions, we who have the systems in place, public, private, for us to make the changes, maneuver those changes on behalf of who? Hopefully our Native Hawaiian interests. That's what I see by Trustee Apo's effort to move this discussion in this way. We even talking about that's what we're talking about, people, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just this chasm. It's not just this binocular look. And yes, it's very important, and the work that the Kiai have been doing on the mountain, Polole. We need to all be standing in many places together. And we all have different kuleana we have to stand with, or stand for, or deal with. These are the decisions that get made. These decisions at the table, the decisions in the community, they all relate, they all link. If we are trying to move in a way that's going to be the greater good for our community in total, that's what this action to rescind can mean, I believe. Thank you. With this action, if this motion passes, it will serve as notice to the government of the state of Hawaii, the Board of Land and Natural Resources, and the University Board of Nations. It's telling them you continue to operate without administrative rules. The auditor will claim that you've been functioning up there to manage over the mountain without administrative rules. So that's one fault that has to be addressed. There's also another round of EISs need to be attended to. This is where the kind of gathering that all of you have shown to raise that hard work to OEQC. But this is a notice. If OHA says it's rescinding its original position to rescind. And then now we can go after the governor, we can go after the borderland and natural resources. So we come on you, we carry you on our shoulders for that purpose. If we oppose, they're going to look at us and say, okay, push you guys on the side later. So I urge you, you want the politics on, you made this real life. But that's not a politics on this. You know, we're the ones who we struggle all the time with the land, and we struggle with the political powers from the governor. I'm just stating the facts. But with internal direction with the Office of Foreign Affairs, we have competent staff, and we can birth off this so that we will all be part of the same thing. But this will be a notification to the governor and the land board and the new directors in that case to Mahalo. They have no rules to operate and they continue to be given that authority. You heard today with the passing of the 65-year lease, it's going to end up 110 years that they don't have control. Those are key areas that needs to be addressed. Who better than to be your bulldog at the BNRT? Not you. It's Oha. And this is how we can work together. And this is how we bring out the truth and transparency. Believe me, that's your madness.
I'm going to stand because I think that maybe we're not articulating exactly what you want to hear, but I tell you, as one of you, I give you my word. When I vote with this motion, I will stand with you. I will go to the university. I will stand against the governor and anybody else for you. I promise you this.
Stand on the mountain.
We are not, we are for you. We are standing for you.
I don't think so.
The evolution of the people, the evolution of how we position ourselves in the world, whether we align to these, it's a matter of circumstance and opportunity. We will never have another opportunity to revisit and redo the complete 1.8 million acres of the public land trust. This is the rebuild because we have something they want. I cannot tell you what it's like to go around trying to get support for mines these days. The community memory of the 70s is gone. If you go to
now it's a start.
If you go down to the Safeway, if you go to most places in Hawaii, people don't even know what you're talking about. So we try to position ourselves in a negotiating position so that we can really redo the state's trust responsibility to the Hawaiians to the nth degree. This is the time. This is the moment. And that's all I'm feeling. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you whether it will work. But if we
chances are
feel the play,
make it happen now. Make it happen now.
Thank you, Trustee Lumen.
By now is where my motion was. I can see that I do not have the votes today. I think it is better for us to rescind the position of 4 years ago and stand behind all of you and move our way forward. So work with us so that we can do that. I cannot tell you the love that we have in different ways. You know, whenever we go to the different islands, we always say we bring the love of our colleagues, the trustees of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. We all feel differently, but one thing that's same is the love within us for our lovely. So I can only say that maybe there'll be a time that the board will have to stand in a stronger position. But for now, let us do this so that we can stand behind you. And you are welcome to come into our holiday here anytime, ask whatever you need. And I know the trustees are open to that. So bear with us, we take one step at a time.
That's true.
I'd like to call to the vote.
Is there any other discussion on this board table? Is there any other discussion on this board table? Okay, we're first voting on the amendment, and then after we vote on the amendment, if it passes, we're going to still have to vote on the motion that we will,
The motion has amended.
yeah, well, yeah, the motion has been amended, sorry.
We have to go on the amendment.
Yeah, on the amendment first.
Amendment
Yes,
is on the board.
we're seeing, right there, it's on the board.
Chair, would you like me to read it before you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Before the Board of Trustees, we will be, the motion is to amend, to move that the Board of Trustees amend the motion to include rescind its support. And that is the support of the 2009. Yeah. That amendment is to the original motion, move that the Board of Trustees rescind its support and proposes the selection of Pono Kealoha as the site of the proposed 30-meter telescope. So on the current amendment, it is to move that the Board of Trustees amend the original motion to include only rescind its support.
Call for the vote.
Trustee Alpha.
Aliyah, everyone, please, we need to hear the vote. Aliyah.
Trustee Akana. Trustee Apo.
Aye.
Trustee Apoliona. Aye. Trustee Hulu Lindsay. Trustee Robert Lindsay, excused. Trustee Machado.
Yes.
Trustee Wakea, excused. Vice Chair Ohana.
No.
5 yes votes to
What is the outcome of the vote?
Well, now the original motion is amended to only say rescind. So you have to vote on that.
But the outcome of that vote was.
The amendment passed.
The outcome here, the amendment was.
Aliyah, everyone, please. This is serious business.
I'm clear.
Aliyah, you heard.
But the amendment passed with, I mean, is with.
Now you gotta vote on the original motion. It has a second, so ready for the discussion.
We will open the discussion. Motion
That
on
was
the
the
board.
amendment to the original motion. Now you have to vote on the original motion.
No, I like to call a 2-minute recess. I want to get clear on this. I really want to get clear. Can I have a 2-minute recess?
Uhana!
completing this Board of Trustees meeting at 33. The amended motion has passed. And what was amended to that motion, to Guru Lindsay's motion, was she talked about rescinding and opposing. The amendment was just to oppose, so they took out the oppose, and now it's just rescinded. However, we still have to vote on the original motion. As amended, rescind. But I just want to tell all of you guys out there, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. I know this is truly not the end, and the reason why is because we are not in support of it anymore. And these are behind us.
Yes.
Wake up! Make history!
Make history.
Something different!
Do something big.
The motion is on the board. Okay, there's a motion on the board right now.
Aye.
There's a motion on the board right now.
Aye.
That is just rescind.
None.
And amended the opposition. So, trustees, do you have any discussion to make right now? Okay.
This is trustees only.
Yes, it's been amended, as amended.
As amended by who?
Rescind. Like oppose. Not pass the buck.
What I want to explain to our people that are here, the thing is, if you can count the number of trustees on the table, there are 7 of us. And 4 are for rescinding and 3 are for opposing. So if 4 votes for rescinding and 3 votes for opposing, you will get nothing today. Okay? So right now, that motion is on the board and we're going to vote for it. Okay?
We don't want to lose anything. Okay, so the final amended motion, move that the Board of Trustees rescind its support of the selection of Pono Kealoha, Hawaii, as a site for the proposed 30-meter telescope project.
Sit down, right?
Roll call vote.
Aye.
It's the same thing.
No, different.
Trustee Hulu Lindsay.
Aye.
Trustee Robert Lindsay excused. Trustee Machado.
Yes.
John White excused. Vice Chair Hulu.
That was the first motion, was rescind, right?
His name
But it's
again.
the same thing.
Vice Chair Hulu.
There's not a problem.
6 yes votes.
They did. 1 no.
1 no. 2 excused.
Okay, the motion passes, and we're going to go back to the board table open session. Any more discussion?
Oh, so that first one never counts.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for your leadership at the table this morning. I know you figured on behalf of our chair, and I thank you for stepping in.
Thank you.
Mahalo.
Moving on the agenda. Next DOT Hawaii Community Meeting, Wednesday, May 13, 2015 at 6:30 p.m. And the next DOT meeting is on Hawaii, Thursday, May 14, 2015 at 9 p.m. Is anybody ready to take any session or announcements to make?
I just want to thank everyone. And I'm very good.
Meeting is adjourned.
Oh,
Wipe the tears. We may not have got 1,000 soldiers today, but we did get 500. It is a step. Then we go hold them all together. My hopo hopo, Moko Kealoha, we're going back to the mountain. They still not get by. So mahalo to all the trustees. It is a step. And we acknowledge that, and it may be a very good strategic step. And so know that you have my kapo to come to this table to be able to offer as much as you can. And I kahea out to the whole pai aina. Get your communities together. Get your ohanas together. Because as they said, this is, as Auntie said, this is going to trickle down. So we have to be ready and makau on how we're going to take that next step in each and every one of our communities. The kahea came from the Piko of Hawaii. But we all come from our own people. This never think this is not a loss today, this is another opportunity. So, right there, yes.
We're all camping outside the governor's office tomorrow, Easter Saturday. If you guys want to show up, we'll be there.
In front of his house.
Okahi alaka inana e noke nei, naue nei, I ki ala pono no kakua pauloa. Okahi.
Kupa apako. Kupa apako. Ieli no ke ali ke kanaka. Ieli no ke ali ke kanaka. Apako e hana. Ya. Hehehi ke ia. Ko una ale lava ka hehehi. Na ale ka pokali. Me kala ni kira. Hoi. Hoi ku mauna. Hoi ku piko. Ke kanaka e hana. Ai ko wā makaukau, o kia mau arakai, e hui pula ko mako. Aka hiki ke rawa, mako ke kule ana, mako no e hapai. I ke mea kai o lelo, kai aroha aina, I o lelo ia makala e ono ke pā ke mapa, I ka makai ki umi kumawalu kana iwa kumahiku. O koa I ki kau. E ku ea maulu aku I ke kukulu ia. O ke ohe nāna malun o mauna a ke āhiki I ke aloha aina o pelo. O e holo ko muna o mahalo.